panel featuring Mike or myself, Grumpy Graham. Well, Mike, we got a few fights to talk about, and maybe we'll have other things to talk about if Lou joins us or Tim joins us. Right now, I don't think either one are joining us. I think they're both busy, but I could be wrong. So let's talk about some fights that are upcoming. Maybe the ones that are happening
How about
tonight,
the one that how about the one that went on this afternoon?
the one we missed.
Yes, the one we missed. Sam Noakes was on this one.
Oh, wow.
Raven Chapman. Oh yeah, Moses Aituma. Uh, he's still on point. Uh, Came through the victory, man. TKO in the sixth. Royston Barney Smith stayed undefeated as well. TKO in sixth. Yeah, man, this is a great card, guys. If you missed it, go back watch it. Raven Chapman fighting for the WBC International Feather. Sam Noakes fighting for the WBC International Silver Light. Brad Strand fighting for the WBO European Super Bantam, and Gavin Gwynn taking on Emiliano Marcil for the EBU European Light. So yes, lots going on. Definitely great
Trying
afternoon boxing.
to. Oh my gosh.
What's
I'm just while you're talking there, I thought I might find it on YouTube. Instead I found hot lingerie model gets decked.
That's a good one. Yeah, there's some fights coming up. There's some fights tonight. Jaleel Major Hackett talked about this kid, profiled him before, young and up and comer, 7-0. I believe it's 6 knockouts. He is taking on Adrian Gutierrez for the WBC Youth World Welter. This one, a lot of no-namers on this one, guys. Coming out of Red Owl Boxing Arena, Houston, Texas. This one you can find live on the Zone. Headlining this one is Omar Games versus Luis Correa. This one, yeah, definitely, guys. Lots of up-and-comers on this new card. Go and watch it, because I know I will.
All right.
It's definitely going to be some good fights tonight. I love these young and up and comers, man. When there's a name to make for yourself on the line, you tend to fight a little harder. Danielle Bailey's on here, Mia Ellis, Giovanni Marquez, Ram Gandra. Definitely a bunch of undefeateds looking to stay undefeated. So yeah, lots of great boxing for tonight. Also, ESPN knockout. This is where you can find this one. Derek Cuvez taking on Marlon Aguas. Bunch of up and comers on this one. Some guys that you might not know. Definitely some young kids looking to make a name for themselves. So some great boxing tonight. But the fight that everybody's talking about definitely is tomorrow night. Garcia, Oscar Duarte.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Shane Mosley who said Ryan Garcia should just remain focused on the fight, because he was yapping away, rightfully so. But I mean, he was yapping away about Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, and I guess how he's being treated as a fighter, which he doesn't appreciate. So he was saying a lot of stuff, which I posted a link there on our page, so viewers can go see that if they want. But realistically, I'm pretty sure it was Shane Mosley who said, "Hey, man, let me give you some advice. Stick to the focus where it should be focused, and that is on the fight." Oscar Duarte, he's a hard hitter.
Oh yeah,
but I think Ryan thought this was going to be
an easy fight.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too easy. Oscar likes to go to the body. He's got some big, heavy hands. Not a walk in the park. It's not a cakewalk. He's got to take him serious. And, this kid, he's going to come. He's going to come and bring it. And Garcia's going to have to weather that storm and play it smart and, use his skills.
Yep.
Sugar Shane Mosley Jr., I don't know if they call him Sugar Shane, but I'm going to. Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. taking on Joshua Conley on the undercard here. Floyd Schofield taking on Ricardo Lopez Torres. You know what? He's been doing great things since signing with Golden Boy. I think this is going to be a great fight to watch. He's taking on Torres, who's 17-7-3. This one, guys, in that lightweight division. Darius Fulgrim back in action, 8-0, taking on Pacino Hill, who's 8-4-1 in that super middleweight division. And yeah, there's a bunch of up and comers here, man. Sean Garcia, uh, Cabrera, and Asa Stevens. So there is a lot of great action tomorrow night. But yeah, the top liner here, the headliner, Ryan Garcia, Oscar Duarte, Gerdo. It's going to be good. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win this one?
Garcia.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah, he has to basically.
He has to. He has to win this one. Yeah, my thoughts same. Garcia, Floyd Schofield. I love seeing this kid every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Action, man. I can't wait to see this kid take on Keyshawn Davis. That's what I want to see. That's what the fans want to see. They've been talking shit back and forth for a little while now. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him getting some action, man. It'd be great. Carl, shout out to Carl, man. Why did Golden Boy drop Roberto Diaz? Terrible decision. Hey man, who knows? Who knows what's going on in the mind of the Golden Boy?
Well, what's his face? Oscar De La Hoya did say something on Twitter the other day, like basically, hey man, he's talking to Garcia through Twitter or whatever it's called nowadays. So I think that's kind of says a lot unto itself. Like if the guy can't even pick up the phone and talk to Garcia because Garcia's not taking his calls, if you're communicating through social media, then something's wrong. We've been talking about Golden Boy for a while, about the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride their fighters have had. So I'm not really sure that Roberto Diaz got dropped per se. Maybe it's a mutual understanding, if you know what I mean. Management aren't always kind or do the right things. I would really like to know how Dublin was, other than great. Garcia will end up with a legend Hearn.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. I was just going to say what Hearn should focus on are women in the sport because they're more exciting than men.
well, Gavin Gwynn added the European Lightweight Championship to his British title, averting a near disaster to beat Italian veteran Emiliano Marcil, who was 42-1-1 with 16 KOs. 47-year-old would have become the oldest fighter to ever win the European belt with a win, and put him in an outstanding display before a serious shoulder injury forced him to withdraw after 8 rounds. So yeah, that card was underway, and that's what's happened. The Welshman set a high pace from the start, forcing Marcelli to work at an uncomfortable pace, but got the shock of his lifetime. Midway through the first, when he walked directly into a perfectly thrown left hook. The punch shook him to his boots, and he stayed on his feet. He continued with his tactics and pressing forward in that second. The aim will have been to wear him down. But yes, he's added that title to his collection. So yeah, some great fighting action, guys. Don't want to miss it. What's this Matchroom USA need a marquee fighter, and Garcia could fit that bill.
Yes,
he could, but we need to see him more, man. How often do we get to see this guy fight? What?
That's right.
Once every couple of years.
That's right. I mean, he's had his personal issues, and this surfaced with basically saying I want to fight Tank again. Like there's more than if Matchroom want a marquee fighter, I don't know if they want Garcia. Like just because of the issues that he comes with, and we'll see that on display tomorrow night. If he doesn't beat Duarte, he's done.
I mean, like really, De La Hoya praises this kid. Young knockout artist Duarte at today's weigh-in for his catchweight fight against Ryan Garcia. This one I can't wait. Saturday night, guys. De La Hoya really believes Duarte and feels he has the power and talent to go far. If he can defeat Ryan on Saturday night, this would lead to bigger fighters for the Mexican Warrior, either at 135 or 140. So, yeah, this is a big fight, man. This is definitely a big fight. So, guys, you don't want to miss this one. After the win, De La Hoya admitted that he was breaking from the usual tradition of matching a fighter with a softer puncher after they'd been knocked out with his decision to have the recently KO'd Ryan Garcia take on the hard-hitting Duarte. Like I said, man, this kid Duarte, he can hit. He's got power. Just watching this guy smoke the pads, man, it's great. But is Tim Witherspoon coming on tonight? No, Tim is busy out and about, actually.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a lot of events that he's been hitting this month and last month. I can't wait to hear if he went to Dubai or not. To be honest,
I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
No. They offered him something.
They offered him,
to come
they
on.
offered, they offered him 15 grand, and I'm pretty sure he turned it down.
Well,
I'm 99% positive he turned it down. Because
yeah, he probably did. Yeah, I can't wait. I want to see Floyd Schofield back in action, man. I think he's going to whoop some ass. I like watching this kid. I want to see him take on Keyshawn Davis. They've been going back at it, back and forth, talking shit to each other. It's about time we get to see them. Oh, there you go.
Who's Light Burley?
I don't know. We'll have to check it out. But yeah, so much for so no Lou tonight. We have no history lessons in our program this evening, I guess.
Well, he burned his hand a while ago. If we're still talking about Tim, what I want to talk about is Ryan Rozicki.
Let's talk about him
because he's got a big fight coming up either tonight or tomorrow night. I can't remember when. But he's going up against a big Nigerian boy. There's no way I can pronounce his name off the top of my head, but that fight's going down in Sydney, Nova Scotia, put on by Three Lions, and it's a full card. But the point matter is
Durodola is his last name.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Olen Raju. Olen Raju Durodola.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that one's going on tomorrow in Sydney. Ryan Rozicki. Yeah, it's a big one for him.
For sure.
19-1.
Yep.
Looking to stay undefeated. It's now ranked number 17th according to BoxRec. So, but this Durodola, 43-9, got lots of experience in that ring. This is a big cruiserweight fight.
Yep.
Unfortunately, not televised. So, hopefully, somebody in the audience will take some video of this so we can catch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And get to see some big knockouts, man.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Did you see that the WBA has created another division?
Oh, God.
I think it's called the Super Cruiserweight division.
The what? The Super Cruiserweight division?
Not super. The super. It's called the Super Cruiser division. I'm not kidding.
Like we need another one.
Yeah. The new division will be between 200 and 224 pounds, matching the Bridgerweight division created by the WBC. And we all know how well that's going. Anyway, so apparently the WBA is, I guess, falling behind and needed to have.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody's saying the same thing. It's an awful division.
Right.
It's awful. So we'll see fighters compete between 200 and 224. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Hey, I guess it's another cruiserweight for division for Usyk to dominate.
Good point.
Right. So what's he gonna do? Beat Fury, take the belt, and then what? Go down to that division and take that up? Maybe.
I don't know if that fight's coming up. Though. It's next year. Yeah, when's the Wilder Joshua fiasco show going on? That's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
in Saudi Arabia, the big heavyweight clash they're calling it. But I would rather have seen Joshua go toe-to-toe against Wilder. Actually, now, remember how I've been yapping on forever and ever and ever about Deontay Wilder should step down because of his eggshell. Okay, so it turns out he actually took my advice, and he's put some of his money. He's invested some of his money, into unbelievably a sailing organization. So let's say if there was a team, I think it's a team. Anyways, he's basically invested in a sailboat along with a bunch of other guys, like a couple of the NFL players. And anyway, it made headlines earlier in the week, and I just couldn't believe it. I went, you see, he doesn't need to fight. He doesn't need to fight. Even I can't remember who he's up against in Saudi Arabia, but he doesn't need that fight. He's got enough money. He was originally raising money for his kids' hospital bills anyway, and now he's got that money, and now he's got so much money he's investing it in a sailing organization. That's the funny thing, if you ask me. Like,
Well,
so anyway,
he's worth tons of money, man.
what's that?
He's worth tons of money. His net worth is like over 30 million. So,
Well, that's what Tyson Fury gets for one fight.
yeah, right.
Actually, probably one round.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a good example of what I've been talking about for a while, and that is Deontay Wilder needs to get out of boxing before he gets killed.
Well, he's scheduled to take on what, Parker in that.
Is it Parker?
Yeah, Parker. Or no, sorry, yeah, Parker. Deontay Wilder's taking on Parker. Joshua's taking on Wallen, and then we got Dubois taking on Miller, and then we got Bivol and Arthur. Opatia's taking on Zorro. The one that I want to see is Megomedov taking on Caballel.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great fight.
Oh yeah, both these monsters, man, undefeated, looking to stay that way. Frank Sanchez taking on Junior Fa. That's gonna be a good fight. Hrgovic taking on Dimori. A little bit of a snoozer, but I wasn't impressed with the last time Philip was out. So,
but anyway,
so you know what?
It's going to be a good. Once again, I mean, there's a lot of chit chat going on about why the Saudis are putting so much money into sport, in particular.
Because they got it.
Because they have some things they need to redirect the attention of the public away from.
Well, they can only build so many race car tracks, islands. They can only create so many pieces of land. So many huge towers. Come on, they got so much money, it's ridiculous.
Yep,
why not?
And that's why I would have loved to have heard someone who'd been to that even one. Like, just what is the atmosphere like when you're sitting there? You know what it kind of reminds me of? Kind of reminds me of how people would go to Maple Leaf Gardens to watch the Leafs play, and because it was so expensive, it's all these guys in suits, and they all sat there like this watching a hockey game. So I could only imagine what it'd be like going to Saudi Arabia or Dubai or whatever, watching boxing match with all these rich people who just sit there and just.
I'm gonna say it would be hot.
What, you saying they can't afford air conditioning?
No. It's gonna be hot. You're in the desert. Come on. It's probably really hot.
Yeah, that was good to see. Carl's making a good point here for once. Getting Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren on the same table must have cost a fortune, but it was funny to see them look at each other, quite frankly.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, rather than him looking at his 20-year-old girlfriend.
Well,
Mike, yeah, I wish I had more money than the 70s guy. You damn straight, I wish I had that kind of money. It must be like going to a fight card in Canada, empty and no crowd noise.
You know what? In all seriousness, Carl?
No crowd. It's packed and loud as hell.
It is.
You guys just don't get to see it.
Yeah,
but we do.
The fights here are well attended, like if not sold out. Like all the ones we've been to have been sold out, and they've been loud and appreciative crowds, and they know their stuff.
Well, when beer is cheap as it is, at that ringside.
And you and Lou had a good conversation about that last week, with respect to how it's being built up again. Because before, many years ago, Toronto was a mecca for boxing, and there's an awful lot of big fights held here very regularly, and that was all kiboshed, as we know, and you guys discussed about it at length last week. But the point of the matter is no, Carl, it's incredibly raucous when you go to a boxing match here. And I could
don't worry, Carl. When you come over to Canada, we'll take you to one.
Yeah.
We'll get media passes. You'll come. We'll put you to work.
I think Lee Baxter's having a show soon because it's featuring our girl, the one who we saw last time at Rebel. Amanda.
Amanda, yes. Amanda Golly.
Pretty sure she's coming up soon. I think Tyler Buxton has a show coming up soon at the Pickering Casino.
Yeah.
and we've got the Ryan Ruzicki fight going on in Nova Scotia, 1,000 miles away from us. But so there you go. There, 3 fights.
That's okay. That screech can stay 1,000 miles away from me anytime.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, I know it is.
Well, listen, if we don't have anything more to discuss, let's boot and go watch some
Go
boxing.
watch some fights.
Sounds good to me. Thanks for joining us,
Yeah.
Carl. Appreciate it. But I really want to hear about Dublin. Love those Irish girls. All right. And the beer.
Oh, definitely.
Can't beat Kilkenny. Well, over there.
Well, there are some. Yeah. Well, to each their own.
Yes. Right. As well.
Well, if that's it, I guess we're out of here for tonight. Gonna go watch some boxing.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to everybody who dropped the comments. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Friday Night Panel. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel, new topics.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, man.